What's up, guys? Oscar here. Welcome back to another Sunday summary. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I'm so glad that you're back here just listening onto the continuation of this series called Motivation. Today, specifically, we're talking about motivated to change your life before it falls apart, before your life crumbles down, right? We have this guy that we're talking about. His name is Lot. He is the nephew of Abram. Now, most of you may not know who Abram is, but maybe you know that Abram, his name is later changed to Abraham. Abraham is one very famous guy in the Bible. The guy from the song, Father Abraham had many sons. Yeah, so he has a nephew named Lot. And this guy, what can I say? Lot, the nephew of Abraham, is super disobedient. Like, he does everything the opposite that God tells him not to, or not tells him to do, right? God tells him something not to do, he does it, right? Everything that he is given advice to, suggestions that he's given, commands that he's given, he literally does the opposite. And it's so crazy how much a person can say no to God, how much a person can say no to the commandments of God, to his laws and his regulations, his advice, his suggestions, his directions. How much can someone say no to him? But it's funny because Lot then finds himself in a situation where him and his family are in trouble. He finds himself in a situation where his entire life is at stake. Isn't it funny how God said don't do that, and yet now you're in the situation God said you were going to be if you said no to him, and now you're like, God, I need your help. It's so funny. I think that a lot of people do that, and it's very bad because we need to change our life before it comes apart, before it falls apart. And not many of us do that, and not many of us want to do that. And unfortunately, that's going to lead to our lives falling apart. So, in order for us to change our lives, right, we need to learn to ask the right questions. You see, a lot of us, whether you're Christian or not, we want God to bless our lives. We ask God, God bless my life, bless my work, bless my school, my family, etc. But instead of asking that question, instead of asking God to bless your life, why don't you ask God, what is the type of life you want me to live that you bless automatically? Like, what is the type of life that you want me to have, that you want me to live out, that you automatically just give out, that you just bless and you're always there? That's the type of question that we should ask God instead of asking God, bless me, right? Lot is in the city called Sodom and Gomorrah, and he is completely disobedient because the way he got there was the way that God told him not to go. Does that make sense? Like, God told him, go this way, and he said, no, I'm going to go this way instead. Go left, no, I'm going to go right. And so it's like, dude, I told you not to go right, and now you find yourself in this city where there's a bunch of sin, it's evil, and God is about to do something crazy in that city. And so instead of us asking God, why did you allow this, God? Why are you allowing me to go through this? Why did you allow these people to pass away? Why did you allow these problems to happen? Instead of asking God those questions, why don't you ask God, how did I get here? God, what was the process, or what in the world did I do to get to this position, right? What did you do? Recall back in your life to see, man, how did I get to this exact moment where I'm suffering, where my life is miserable, where I'm not doing well? My life is about to come apart. How did I get here? By asking those questions and asking God, God will reveal to you. He'll show you, hey, remember that one time I told you to go this way and you went the other way? Yeah, that's how you got to where you are right now. And he'll help you, but it's just like, why are you going to go through all the situations, all the problems to ask God for help? It's easier for us to say no to God and his directions and his advice and his rules and his commandments. Oh, but God, please save me when I'm miserable after I said no to your advice. Like, guys, God is not a genie that you can just come and ask for him for help. Like, you have to do your part. You have to change before your life comes apart. The second thing that we have to do when we change our life by pursuing God instead of our own dreams and desires. It's crazy how much people want to do their own thing and not do God's thing. Like, do you not realize that God has a way better plan, a way better dream, a way better desire for you than you have? You, compared to what God has for you, has nothing. There's no comparison. Seek him out. Why don't you just pray to him? Why don't you just get close to him? And maybe your life will change. Maybe you'll start seeing your life and your family around you change. Like, it's that easy. It's not complicated, but we make it so complicated. We make it super, super complicated. And it's hard, not only for us, but it's like, it's hard for God, because God is a gentleman. He's not going to force you to do something you don't want to do. God gives you free will, but He's literally telling you, you need to do this, because this way, this direction is going to save your life, you know? And so by us changing our lives, we have to pursue God instead of pursuing our own dreams and our own desires. It's everybody has a path before them. Every single person has a path that is before them. You must decide which path to choose. Every path that you think is right for you, that you think you know is right for you, you think is the best one for you, always leads to death. The Bible says in Proverbs 16:25, it says, there is a path before each person that seems right to them, but at the end, it leads to death. And it's like, you think you know what you're doing, but you don't. You think you're choosing the right man, the right woman for your husband and your wife, but you don't. You think you're choosing the right career, but you don't. You need to pursue God. You need to pursue God. And so I changed my life before it crumbles, before it falls apart, by sticking with wise people who love God, who know God. If there's that one person in your life, that one friend, that one family member who just loves God, who is wise, who knows God, who reads His Word, who talks to God directly, stick with those people. Stick with that people. Don't be around foolish people. Don't be around people who are in sin. You're going to get into sin. If you're around people who are in sin and nowhere near close to God, you're going to be in sin and nowhere near close to God. A lot of you people, well, I'm hanging out with, my friends and they're not Christian, but now I don't want to be a Christian, or now I don't go to church anymore because my friends are more closer to me. And now you're just asking God, how did you let this happen? Or why did you let me go through these problems? And now you're like asking and suffering with these struggles. And God's like, well, why don't you ask me how you got there and I'll show you. Remember when you said no to me? Remember when you said yes to your friends who are not Christian? Yeah, that's how you got to where you are. It's so simple. It's so straightforward that God literally makes it that easy for us not to get into those situations. But we must stick around people who know God so we can have them pray for us, have them motivate us, encourage us, lift us up, but at the same time have us confront us, have them just show up and say, hey, what you're doing is wrong, man. Hey, what you're doing is wrong. You're going to lead to this path that you're not going to want to be. You're going to dig in this hole that you're going to get stuck in. We need those type of people who are wise and who know God and who love God overall, right? And at the last thing that we need to do in order for us to save our lives before our lives crumble, by recognizing when it's time to make drastic changes, drastic decisions. Immediately in the city of Gomorrah and Sodom and Gomorrah, when Lot was in there with his family, God was about to destroy and wipe that city off. It's like, it literally, Sodom and Gomorrah, we think it's like Las Vegas, but no, Sodom and Gomorrah makes Las Vegas a baby. It was super bad. And we think Las Vegas is terrible, full of sin, full of prostitution, full of like disgusting stuff. Wait till you see Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah, that city was terrible. It's like 20 times more worse than what Las Vegas is. And so when we saw the city about to get destroyed, the angels of the Lord came in that city to save Lot and his family, and he hesitated. He was like, dude, you gotta get out of here because God's gonna destroy the city. And he's like, hold on, let me ask God about it. Like, dude, like if the angels are telling you to leave, leave. Like, why are you hesitating? You need to make that drastic decision to change before your life leads to death. Like, you need to understand that God is just legit trying to save you, and you are completely ignoring Him. You're completely saying no to Him because, oh, my feelings, or because, oh, my opinions, or because, oh, I think this, or because my friends. Dude, God literally does not care what you think, what you say, or your friends. No one. He's just trying to save your life. Listen to Him. Make that change today before your life falls apart. Thank you guys so much for joining into this week's Sunday summary. I hope you guys loved it as much as I did. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any Sunday summary. I know I missed last week. I'm so sorry. I had some family visits and It was a little bit hard to do it, but hey, I'm back on track here this week. I have a new announcement to give you guys. I'll give you guys in a separate video, just because this announcement is more differently than what I do. But anyways, I thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.